You are finally planning that dream trip to Rocky Mountain National Park. You can already picture those jagged peaks scraping the sky, alpine lakes so blue they look fake, and your kids' faces when they see their first elk. But what you're not picturing are the timed entry permits that sell out in minutes, parking lots that fill before sunrise, and an altitude sickness headache that can wreck your entire trip before lunch. But here's the secret. An unforgettable Rocky Mountain adventure does not have to be a logistical nightmare. We've learned the hard way so your family doesn't have to. Let's get into the 6 mistakes that can absolutely wreck your Rocky Mountain National Park trip, and exactly how to avoid them. The first mistake, and honestly the biggest, is assuming you can just roll up to Rocky Mountain National Park and drive right in. Let's be honest, this isn't some quiet hidden gem. Rocky Mountain National Park pulled in over 4.1 million visitors last year, making it the 5th most visited national park in the entire country. But it's one of the smallest major parks by road access. That combination is brutal. If you show up during peak season without a timed entry permit, here's what happens. You drive 9 hours from Omaha or wherever you're coming from, you pull up to the gate and the ranger says, "Do you have your reservation?" You don't. Your kids are crying, your wife is giving you that look, and you're sitting in Estes Park trying to figure out a plan B. The simple swap is to book your timed entry permits on recreation.gov the moment your window opens. You need to understand the 2-corridor system, the Bear Lake corridor and the rest of the park. Bear Lake permits sell out the fastest, sometimes in under 5 minutes. If you miss out, don't panic. Enter before 9 a.m. or after 2 p.m. and you can skip the timed entry system entirely. We have rolled into the Bear Lake corridor without a permit just by getting there early. Be sure to check the website for times though. Another great option is to look for camping reservations, because those are your timed entries. Alright, let's move on to mistake number 2. You scored the timed entry permit, you're feeling good, and then you roll up to the Bear Lake trailhead at 8 a.m. thinking you're early. You are not early. That parking lot fills up before sunrise and peak season. We got there shortly after 7 a.m. and barely snagged one of the last spots. Pure luck. If you arrive at 8 or 9, you will circle that lot for 20 minutes, watch 3 other cars steal your spot, and feel your blood pressure hit mountain elevations before you even started hiking. The simple swap is to park at the Park and Ride and take the free shuttle. It adds maybe 15 minutes and saves you an hour of parking rage. If you're camping at Moraine Park Campground like we did, you can literally hike to the shuttle station from your tent. Be your own shuttle. It's cheaper and way less stressful than fighting for asphalt. The shuttle drops you right at the trailhead. No parking ticket, no stress, no starting your hike already angry. Moving on to mistake number 3, and this is the one people genuinely don't see coming. You're treating Rocky Mountain National Park like any other park. Throw on some sunscreen and go. Trail Ridge Road tops out at over 12,000 feet. The Alpine Visitor Center sits above 11,700. For comparison, Denver is about half of that. If you're coming from the Midwest or anywhere near sea level, your body notices the difference. Hard. Altitude sickness hits without warning. Headache, nausea, dizziness, and it can end your trip on day 1. Kids and grandparents are especially vulnerable. And here's the part that most people forget. Altitude makes you dehydrated twice as fast. We saw so many families on the trails carrying those tiny 12-ounce water bottles. For a 4-mile hike at elevation, that's not enough. That's not even close to enough. We even saw one dad carrying a single-gallon jug for his whole family like he was a pack mule. The simple swap is a 2-parter. First, spend your first night in Estes Park or the surrounding areas to acclimate. That's at around 7,500 feet, a good halfway point. Pound water before you even hit the trail. Second, bring a water filter. We were refilling directly from the mountain streams, fresh, ice-cold water all day. And I could literally see other hikers watching us with jealousy while they nursed their last warm sip from a plastic bottle. Know the symptoms and descend immediately if they hit. There's no shame in turning around. There's only shame in ruining your family's trip because you were too stubborn to listen to your body. You gotta rest sometimes, and this is a good spot to do it. Alright, let's move on to mistake number 4. And this one nearly got personal. Getting too comfortable around the wildlife. Rocky Mountain National Park is full of animals: elk, bighorn sheep, marmots, and after a few hours on the trails, you start to feel like you're in a petting zoo. I assure you, you are not.
We are currently running from a moose.
We were hiking the Cub Lake Trail when we accidentally stumbled upon a bull moose, and we were way closer than we ever intended to be. Those things are more dangerous than bears in close quarters. No second chances. They charge without warning.
Here we are at Cub Lake.
The simple swap is to make noise on the trails. Talk, laugh, let your kids be kids. Wildlife hears you coming and moves on.
Agreed.
If you're in bear country, carry bear spray and actually know how to use it. And learn the difference between moose warning signs and bear warning signs, because the response is completely different. With a black bear, don't run. Stop. Stay calm and face the bear. Speak in a calm, assertive voice to let it know you are human, then back away slowly. With a moose, you also want to back away slowly.
Yeah, here's the corner where we were coming around.
Try to find a large object to place between you and the animal. Never run unless you are actively charging and can reach cover, as moose can outrun humans. If knocked down, curl into a ball. Always be aware of your surroundings and know where you can go and what you can use for protection. Alright, let's move on to mistake number 5. You've navigated the permits, survived the parking war, outrun a moose. Now you're exhausted and you just want somewhere to sleep. You pull up your phone at the end of a long day, search Estes Park hotels, and figure, how bad can it be? It's just a mountain town. $300 a night for a basic motel room. In peak season, even the chain hotels in Estes Park charge resort prices, and they know you'll pay it because you're tired and you have nowhere else to go. But sometimes you can't even find that. And if you were hoping to stay right near the entrance of the park in one of those beautiful rustic cabins, those book up 12 months in advance. We checked. Nothing. Not a single night available for our dates. We almost made this exact mistake. I stared at one of those hotel prices and felt physically ill. 6 people, multiple nights, and the math was not mathing. This was supposed to be a budget trip. The simple swap is to book your lodging months in advance, ideally when you're booking your timed entry permit, or do what we did and camp. Moraine Park Campground was $35 a night. $35, with views of the Continental Divide from our tent. Wesley thought it was the greatest adventure of his life. You wake up to elk grazing nearby, you make coffee while the sun hits the peaks. It's cheaper and infinitely better than a cramped motel room with thin walls. Alright, let's move on to the final mistake, and this one catches even experienced hikers off guard. Trusting the weather forecast. You check your phone the night before. Sunny, low 70s, 0% chance of rain. Perfect hiking weather. So you leave the rain jackets in the car. Maybe even the extra layers, because why would you need them? Well, because you're at 10,000 feet and mountain weather doesn't care about your app. That blue sky can turn to hail, lightning, and 40-degree rain before you reach the next switchback. Afternoon thunderstorms in Rocky Mountain National Park are so predictable in summer they're almost scheduled, usually between noon and 3 p.m., right when you're at the farthest point from your car. We saw hikers above treeline in t-shirts and shorts while dark clouds were literally forming behind them. No shelter, no cover. At that elevation, hypothermia is a real risk, even in July. The simple swap is the alpine start. Be on the trail by 6 or 7 in the morning. You'll be heading down by the time those clouds start building, and you'll have the trail mostly to yourself. Always carry a rain jacket and an extra layer, even if the forecast swears it'll be perfect. And check the sky, not the forecast. If those clouds are building, turn around. The mountain will still be there tomorrow. That dream trip to Rocky Mountain National Park is absolutely within your reach, and it doesn't have to cost you a fortune or end with you stranded in a hailstorm above treeline. Plan ahead, book early, start at dawn, and for the love of everything, don't try to pet the moose.
If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button.
For more adventure videos, go to our YouTube channel, Bomb Bros Adventures, where you can follow along on our journey.
Thanks for watching! See you next time!